Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Community Journal. We have the pleasure this morning of talking with Mary Anderson, Executive Director of the Family Pantry. And been a busy lady.
We're always
getting
busy
ready
at
for
the
a move
pantry.
and on top of everything else.
That's right. We made it through our busy season, which, as you know, Ron used to run the Tuesday afternoon shift. So November and December are pretty wild.
Yes, absolutely.
But we stay busy through the winter too.
Yeah.
With heating bills and all, we still have a lot of people looking for our help.
You still, is the number still increasing, Mary?
We're up to about 1,200 families a month.
Oh, my.
When I got here, it'll be 10 years this summer, it was about 400 or 500 families a month.
Man.
And now it's 1,200.
1,200.
1,200 families.
My. Even with the economy improving,
Right,
a lot
right.
of people aren't benefiting, I
Right.
guess.
Well, I think it's too, one thing people don't realize is about 2/3 of the people that come to the pantry, they are working. They just
okay.
don't quite make
Make
enough
enough
to
money.
make ends meet.
Yeah, that's a problem on the Cape. The salaries aren't that great unless you're a policeman or a fireman or a lawyer or a doctor or something like that.
Right. A lot of the
or in a
service,
management position.
the service level positions don't pay that
No,
well.
that's
So
it.
that's a
makes it-
challenge.
Makes it very difficult. So you've got a number of things coming up.
Yes, yes. First this is National Volunteers Week. And as you know, the pantry simply would not exist without the volunteers. They're the heart and soul, they're what makes it all work. Ron was there as a volunteer and he ran the Tuesday afternoon shift. You can't operate a nonprofit without volunteers.
No.
And we just have a new system to manage all the schedules. And the number I had been using is 425. Wow. And with the new system, and now we actually have a really good tally, not just me roughly counting, 436.
Wow.
That's active volunteers.
Active. Wow.
So this is National Volunteers Week, and I'd just like to thank all of our volunteers. A lot of them are in your audience. They're
Yep.
here in the community. And if not, maybe you know a pantry volunteer, and please express our thanks to them, or maybe a volunteer that works at another organization. Right. For this event, we are having little pastries in the morning and sandwiches at lunchtime for each shift.
Good.
So sort of a party right as they work, if you will. That seems to work best rather than trying to get everybody together on an off day.
So excuse me, will you
Yep.
still have some of your volunteers walking at the Housing with Love walk in
I believe
June,
so.
I think it is?
I believe so. We generally pick a couple
Good.
of volunteers and walk in their honor,
Yeah.
which I believe
I
you
did
were
one-
the
I did once.
you were the honoree once. Two volunteers I'd like to highlight out of 436. I know it's hard to pick, but managing the schedules for that many people and the variety of tasks, the thrift shop, then even at the pantry, it's not all one position. There's warehouse, there's drivers, the boutique, food distribution, the computer people, the office people. It's a real, the bottles and cans.
Right.
So we've just started using a Volgistics system, and I want to give a big thank you to Susie Schermacher and Mary Jo Rubin, who as volunteers took on that system and setting it up and training the volunteers to use it. They've put in a mountain of work to do that, and we're very, Pat Brophy and I are very grateful for them for their efforts on
Pat's
that.
overseeing that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yep. But Mary Jo Rubin and Susie Schermacher really did the lion's share, and I'd
that's
like to
great.
publicly acknowledge them.
Yeah, it's tough to start on a brand new system and pick it up and get it set up, and not easy. So
It's like everything. This is now a computer system,
Right.
so you know it keeps track better than we were doing on charts and calendars,
Yeah,
and
it's hard.
so it's a nice system. And although we have 436 volunteers, we're always looking for a few more.
Right.
The part that we're really looking for some help right now is in our garden. As many of you know, the town has leased land to us in back of the pantry, and we have about a 3/4 of an acre garden.
It's a beautiful plot.
It's a beautiful
Really is.
garden, and the clients love the fresh
Oh, yeah,
produce, so
absolutely.
it's a win-win.
It is.
But we need people to help us with it. We do have a volunteer who's going to manage the overall garden for us, and we're looking for some people too. And we have a team leader for each day. But we're looking for people who would be willing to work in the garden, and typically it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings from 8 till 10:30 or so.
Okay.
I think when it gets real hot, they maybe even move it up a little earlier.
Yeah.
But if anyone's interested, they can go right on the website. There's a place there to sign up to be a volunteer, and you
good.
can just indicate that you want the garden or if you want another position, and then we will contact them and schedule an opportunity to come in and have a tour and find a good placement. So the website is www.thefamilypantry.com. And if you're not a computer person, we still have people to talk to. So you can call the pantry, 508-432-6519, and ask for Pat Brophy or Nancy Wilbur. Either one of them can help get them into a tour and into a position.
How many years now is it with that garden, Mary?
I think this is year
5 or 6?
5. I would
Okay,
say
that's what
5.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's funny. I
Wow.
have to take a look at that for another reason,
Yeah.
and but I think it's 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
And we never had the fresh vegetables before.
No.
And
very limited
people,
fresh vegetables.
Well, we got some donated, but,
Right,
but nothing like what you have there.
right.
And I know people really appreciate it.
They do.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Oh, good.
So the other place we're looking for volunteers is at our thrift shop, particularly Saturday afternoon. That's a challenge for us because people are busy on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
But our 1 to 4 in the afternoon shift, we could use some additional people. The advantage of volunteering at the pantry is we do have a very, what do I call it, forgiving schedule. You don't need to be there every Saturday.
Yeah.
If you could give us 1 or 2 Saturdays a month, we'd be thrilled. It's 1 to 4. It's a great group of people, and usually while the volunteers are there, they manage to shop a little too, because we have some great things at the thrift shop. For those that aren't familiar, the thrift shop is Second Glance. It's down in Harwichport, right next to Dino's Restaurant.
Right.
So if you don't want to volunteer, maybe stop in and pick up something.
We were fortunate enough to be there for your birthday party.
Yes.
This was what, how many?
That was number 7.
Number
The thrift
7.
shop is 7 years old.
Beautiful spot, and it's so well organized. That's what got me.
It is.
And when is your move, Mary?
The move is,
Still October?
I'm hoping August or
August.
September. That building is being torn down, so we were forced into a move.
Yeah.
And prices in Harwichport were such that we've had to relocate, so we will be in West Harwich, in the former Luddy's paint shop.
Yes, that's good. That's a nice building.
Yeah, it's a nice building,
A lot
so,
of parking.
yeah,
which
we'll
is
have
good.
parking.
You
And
won't have to share the parking with anybody else.
right, right,
is
and
good.
good visibility from the street,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it should be a good move, and we'll keep you posted as that gets closer. The other place that we need volunteers is at the pantry, and again, Saturday. Saturday's our challenge.
boy.
The Saturday shift is 10 to 12. We could use a couple of people on computers, so that's working with clients, new clients, or updating information. We could use people in the warehouse stocking the shelves, and we could use people on the food line working with the clients,
Oh, yeah.
selecting the food.
Saturday is really, can be overwhelming
It can,
with
it
the
can.
number of people. People
Yeah.
work, and that's the only day they can
That's
get
right.
there, and
Yeah.
so they're just lined up.
And same as the
Unbelievable.
thrift shop, we're pretty forgiving. If you could give us 1 or 2 Saturdays a month, we'd be happy to have you join the family.
Good. Who's running the Saturday shift now?
There's actually 3 team leaders: Rosemary Schreiner and Mary Egan and Leo Dunphy.
Oh, Leo, okay.
So the
Leo's
3 of
still
them
there.
are
Okay,
the
good.
team leaders, and they
Good.
do a fabulous job.
Yeah, yeah. Leo's been a very faithful worker, hasn't
Yes,
he?
he has.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, now you've got a gala coming up.
We do. June 7th will be the 4th annual Summer Gala,
Okay.
hosted by Tom and Shelley O'Neill and Dave and Nikki Metzler. It's at the Witchmere Beach Club.
Oh, nice.
It's just a
Yeah,
gorgeous,
good
gorgeous
spot.
spot, and always a fun night. Tickets are now available on our website, again, thefamilypantry.com, or you can just send a check into the pantry. The tickets are $125. I know that's a lot of money, but once you pay that, we don't have an auction, we don't have a raffle.
Yeah.
You can leave your wallet at home and come and enjoy a few drinks,
Good.
some hors d'oeuvres, and live entertainment, and a fun evening.
Good.
We do also have sponsorships available. If anyone's interested in that, that's also on the website, or you could call me 432-6519, and I'd be happy to talk about that.
Good. Well, you've got a lot going on, Mary.
We do
As
have a lot
always.
going on. Yes, yes. That's how I stay out of trouble.
Along with the move.
Right,
That's
right.
going to be a big one.
That
That's
will be
a
big.
big challenge.
Yep, we're
So
working on
who's going to manage that?
the move.
Is Pat going to do that, or?
No, probably Jim will probably manage that
Okay.
move. Jim O'Bara, who
Jim,
manages the warehouse.
Okay.
And a lot of the volunteers will probably use our truck. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
the
You're
last move from Cross Street to over by Dino's, everybody just walked the stuff over.
Yeah.
It wasn't even worth
that was
putting
close.
it in your
That
car.
was close by.
Right, but
this
is
too far. You
no.
couldn't do that.
So we'll use our truck.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with all these, and I know you're going to love being in that building, Mary. And I think the
I think
location's
so.
going to be good, and you got a lot more parking, and the building is bigger too, isn't it?
Oh, the building is
Considerably?
probably 4 or 5 times
Yeah,
bigger.
Oh, that's great.
So we'll be able to expand what we have,
Wonderful.
and we'll eventually get into small items of furniture. Not immediately, but eventually.
Okay. I was talking to Dino the other day, and he still hasn't, his move hasn't been pushed up as yet.
Yep.
As yet, but time will tell. On
Time
that
will
one,
tell,
so,
right.
Well, good luck with all these,
Thank
Mary.
you.
You're a busy lady, and you've done a great job since you came there.
Thank you.
I've been very impressed. I think most people are with what you've done.
Thanks, Ron. I'm impressed with the volunteers.
Yeah. Well, you're great to work with, and I enjoyed 7 years there, and very, very much.
We'd bring you back.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Mary.
Thank you.
And good luck with all these things you have going on.
Thanks, Ron.